Hello there. Welcome to the Path to Better A1C podcast. I am super excited that you are joining me on Halloween 2025, episode 46. And we are going to talk about how you can somewhat manage that candy and not the crash, right? I know that it's tough, but I am your host, Jenny, your blood sugar bestie. I am here every week, every Friday morning, bringing awareness, some education, some simple strategies, and debunking a lot of things and giving you just practical things that you can do so that you can regain your energy, get that brain fog away, balance your blood sugar, lower your A1C, prevent diabetes, all while living your full life, right? And embracing strategies that are sustainable. Now, I know. I know. Since it's Halloween week, candy is everywhere. Now, before we even dig into the topic, I want you to have a tool that helps you stay balanced even when cravings are loud. And that is my free blood sugar balancing snacks list. Grab it at subscribepage.io/snacks. It's your go to guide for staying steady when temptation is all around and to have a plan. And there are some sweet snacks in there too. Now, Halloween is supposed to be fun, but let's be honest, the candy can feel overwhelming. The office candy bowl, your kids' trick or treat stash, all those mini Snickers that somehow call your name, they're everywhere. Now, today, I want to talk about how you can enjoy candy without that crash, without the guilt spiral, or feeling like you need to give it all up. Spoiler, it is not really about avoiding the candy, but it's about being intentional. I'm huge with balance. I teach my clients a lot about balance and about being intentional, even when you're having a so-called treat. Now let's talk about why candy hits so hard. So candy is designed to be irresistible. It's pure sugar. It spikes your blood sugar very quickly and it lights up your brain's reward center. It's like, woo, when you see those kids and they say like they're sugar high. Yes, that is accurate. You do get high from sugar. Let's just get that out. These fun size pieces, they can be a bit deceptive because they're small. We give ourselves permission to have more and more and more. And before you know it, the wrappers are piling up next to you. You didn't realize that you had 10 of them. And who knows, probably the calories are more than if you had a full size bar. Think about that. So here's the roller coaster that I always talk about. You get a blood sugar spike, right? Like your blood sugar levels go up. You get that quick energy. You get that dopamine hit. You are happy. You are high in sugar. And guess what? After the high comes the low. Here comes the sugar crash. Cravings are stronger than before because now your body's thinking, okay, I need fuel. I'm having a crash. And that cycle is what makes candy feel like the candy's in control and not you. This is like a funny story. Like I had a client that tells me, well, Halloween was her toughest time of the year. Um, she would sneak from her kids' candy bags, right? Like she will try to like, oh, let me look at this bag. Like the kids can't eat all of this. And she was eating all of it and then felt so guilty. But the problem was not the candy itself. That was something that we uncovered through coaching. It was the roller coaster. So once she understood the pattern, she found ways to, okay, like I'm going to enjoy the candy, but I am going to be in control. The candy is not in control of me. I am in control. And this is how you can actually shift the mindset. And I hope this helps you. Candy is not the enemy per se, it's how and when you eat it that makes a difference. The same way that I keep telling people, don't assign, oh, this food is good or bad. I like food is food. Some are higher in nutrients than others, some are higher in protein than others. They're just an attribute, right? Like they're just food. Some are more processed than others. But It doesn't mean that it's food of bad, it's more how you are incorporating that. So let's see how we can pretty much break down the how and when so that you can eat and make a difference. So, this is the first thing that I'm going to tell you. Pair it with a meal so that the protein and the fiber can mitigate the spike a little bit. Portion it with purpose. Choose a couple of pieces that you actually love. Put them on the plate and really savor them. I don't want you to rush through it. Typically, when you eat things out of guilt, you kind of eat it so fast, right? That doesn't even give your brain the time to register that you have eaten those things. So take time to savor them. And that's one thing that I even follow for my own. If I am going to have a so called treat, it's going to be the most delicious treat ever. And I'm going to enjoy it without guilt and then move on. So if you're going to eat a cookie, make it the best cookie ever, right? Now, drop the guilt. Just because you ate one or two pieces of candy, it's not going to derail your health. You're not going to have this amazing setback. Your A1C level is not going to spike up and never go down. It's just, that's not how it operates. A lot of these conditions, a lot of these things that we develop in our bodies, they are not something that you just created overnight. It took years for your body to get to that point. So having a couple of pieces of candy, it's not going to completely derail you. The guilt craving cycle does a lot more damage than the sugar itself. But again, remember what I said at the beginning. Pair with a meal so that you're not getting that big spike. Portion it with purpose. Make that decision and be intentional about it. Do it without guilt. Enjoy it, but notice patterns. And we've been talking about that for the entire month now. Are you grabbing candy because you're just hungry? Are you stressed? Or is it just because it's there? Because that's a problem. I know a lot of my clients, okay, candy's everywhere in the office. Awareness gives you the power to choose differently. Repeat that with me. Awareness gives me the power to choose differently. So, here are some additional practical tips for the Halloween season. Things that I do. I have a 6-year old, and yes, between school and trick or treating and all that, I personally have to take all that candy because if not, he'll be wanting to eat candy the entire week. So I have to do that as well. But keep candy out of sight. Try not to have this bowl with all the candy in there. Keep it out of sight so that you can cut it down and not have that mindless eating and the snacking. And before you know it, oops, I ate 10 of those, right? That's when you start eating and you don't even realize how much you're eating. Only eat the candy you truly enjoy. Skip those filler pieces because those are empty calories. You don't even like them. And if you're having a goal of weight loss, that's going to derail you as well. So, like, make sure it's something that you truly enjoy. Balance your meals. Focus on having balanced meals. Skipping meals so that you can have the candy, trust me, it's going to backfire. That will definitely mess up your entire day. Make sure you balance your meals with protein, fiber, and healthy fats so that you can reduce that desperate candy grab. Like if you're really hungry, you're going to devour every single piece of candy that you can find. Stay hydrated. Dehydration disguises a lot itself as cravings. And if you do go overboard, we have all been there. Show yourself compassion. Halloween candy does not define your health journey. You can always get a reset tomorrow. Halloween, it should be about joy and not shame. You should enjoy your candy with intention. You get to be part of a celebration, especially if you have kids. I think like I personally have a lot of fun with my son. Just be part of that without the crash, without the guilt. It's not about restriction. It's about balance. Hopefully today, like after we're walking through all of this, you're able to enjoy candy. I I personally don't eat as much candy. I do have a few that are favorites. And what I do, I plan for it. I'm going to make sure I do it after I have a balanced meal. I'm drinking my water and I enjoy every single piece and it satisfies me without having to be tons of candy. So give yourself permission to do that. But make sure that that day, it's a day that you balance all of your meals, that you're doing all of these things. And even personally, what I do whenever I have some sort of candy or even something sweet, I make sure I add some sort of movement right after, just to help my body process that sugar and avoid the spike. So, this episode wraps up our October Cravings series. We have covered cravings explained, we covered sweet versus salty, we talked about hunger and habit. We talked about emotional eating. And now we talked about candy season. At least if you're in the US, it's all over. So I hope these episodes have helped you see cravings in a new and maybe even a compassionate light. And here's some exciting news, something that is coming. So, November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and November 14th is World Diabetes Day. And I have tons of workshops, brand new episodes, and I have created a brand new free resource designed specially for anyone who is newly diagnosed with prediabetes. Or even if you are at a high risk of developing diabetes based on like your family history, maybe your siblings have diabetes, your grandparents, your parents had diabetes. Those are typically markers that there is a likelihood that you could develop diabetes. So this may be helpful for you as well. And it will help you take the first steps, focus on three simple things to do and to start incorporating without feeling overwhelmed with all the advice and all the bombarding of things that you could find online with people. This will narrow it down. It will help you understand what is happening, how to understand my lab results, and what should I do to start seeing change. And you can grab it already. I have it at subscribepage.io/starter guide. I will put it in the show notes. It's absolutely free. I created this guide in mind based on what I felt I needed when I first got diagnosed with prediabetes. So hopefully this will help your journey into preventing diabetes. Stay tuned. Next month is going to be very powerful. And as always, don't forget to share this with someone that needs it. And subscribe so that you can get an alert every Friday when a brand new episode comes out. Thank you so much for joining me this October. I will see you in November, where we're going to be talking a lot about diabetes, prediabetes, and what you can do to help those loved ones that maybe were diagnosed, to help you prevent it, and to raise awareness. Because remember, 1 in 3 Americans have prediabetes, and 80% have absolutely no clue. We can work together to change that. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.